one. Up next on End of the Day Beer Review, we're going to be looking at Pretty Much. This is a dark mild by Gusto Brewing Company coming in at 4% ABV. Check it out. Hi everybody, it's Rich and welcome to End of the Day Beer Review. Today I am going back to Cape May and to Gusto Brewing Company, one of my favorites, and I'm looking at a beer of theirs that I have not tried before. This is called Pretty Much, and it is a mild. It actually says on the side that this is a pub style mild ale coming in at 4% ABV. And I have my Gusto stemless glass, which is probably not the right glass for this. Let's see, is there anything else on here? Gusto Brewing Company, brewed and packaged at, and their address, and that's pretty much it. So let's check this one out. Now, I opened the can sort of harsh, and we got a little carbonation on top. Let's pour, and I know I'm going to do a crappy job of pouring this. This pours a beautiful chestnut brown. Good amount of carbonation, not a ton. I think, again, my pour is not the best in the world, but right there you're talking like 2 fingers of head. And you're starting to get a good aroma in the bar. Now, can I isolate that aroma yet? I cannot. I'm going to actually pour a little more in the glass, and we're going to give this a sniff. I'm getting like a coffee-like, you know, roastiness to it. There's also a certain, like, a certain breadiness to it. I don't know, like a dark bread. Maybe a rye. Yeah, you can definitely get that sort of yeasty aroma from it. But again, like I said, what I'm getting is not sort of like that wheat of like a white bread, but this is more of a dark bread type of aroma to it. And a lot of that roast on the, you know, is what I'm getting more than of that, is more of what I'm getting than anything else, is sort of that roasty sort of coffeeness. It has a nice nose. I mean, I almost want to say it's... There's a nuttiness there too, but I can't isolate it. It's not peanut butter. It's not that like a walnut. There's chestnut. There's some nuttiness there also. So this is actually more of a challenge than I expected as far as a beer goes. But you know, leave it to Gusto. Very rarely have I gotten a beer from them that I didn't love. So, you know, I'm sort of biased in some respects. There's something else there I'm missing. I know it. I can smell it. I just can't figure out what it is. All right, let's give it a sip. God, that is crushable. I mean, you could drink this all day long, and you know, it goes down so smoothly, it's ridiculous. Okay, first off, mouthfeel. The carbonation is lighter than I thought it was going to be. I thought the carbonation was going to be heavier. But the last time I was in England, which was a bunch of years ago, I remember the pub ale being what I thought then was undercarbonated. Now I'm thinking that that's just the way pub ale is supposed to be, a little less carbonated. It actually brings some of the flavors out without the carbonation, sort of like, what's the word I'm looking for? You know how like when you drink a seltzer really fast, it'll sort of like kill whatever you're tasting, you know, the taste on your tongue. Carbonation sometimes does that with a beer, and in this case, it's not doing that at all. Okay, so front end I'm getting sort of that coffee roastiness, but there's definitely a nuttiness there that I'm having a hard time identifying. It's not walnuts, I know that. It's definitely not peanuts. It's sort of like, maybe it is chestnut. I don't know. There's a good nuttiness here too. So it's like that, again, the roastiness up front, there's some nuttiness to it. That breadiness that's in the nose is not so much in the taste. I'm not getting that, but I am getting sort of a very, very vague, like, I don't even know if I want to say it. Hold on. You know, it tastes like there's just a hint of like a dark fruit, like a raisin or something like that. Maybe figginess, but yeah, maybe. I gotta tell you, I was not expecting this beer to be this complex. And ultimately, with it being this complex, I would not have expected it to be this easily drinkable. And at 4%, you could have a few of these. And I want to make it clear, like, I'm filming this in August. It's 87, 88 degrees outside. I could easily crush this after a hard day in the yard. So this is very good. Once again, and I know I have yet to really encounter a beer that I haven't liked from Gusto. But in this case, I think they knocked it out of the park again. If you happen to be in North Cape May, New Jersey, they can't ship because it is New Jersey, but you know, you can order online. And I believe if this comes out when I plan it to come out, it should still be on their website. So if you happen to be down there, you can pick it up. This is pretty much, and this is a mild. In fact, it says a pub style mild ale, and it is excellent. Once again, Gusto has sort of hit it out of the park with a good, solid beer. I could see this being a beer that people would be coming into a pub, and this would be the start of sort of the decompression process from work. You know, and then a couple more of these. Almost like what Guinness is in Ireland. I could see this being the equivalent sort of pub ale that you could go and get. It's not overwhelming you. It can be as complex as you want to dive into the flavor profile, which I think is awesome. There's not a tremendous amount of alcohol in it. It comes in at 4%, so it's very, very approachable to anyone who wants it. And you can have more than one of these without being, you know, overtly, without being intoxicated, which is really what you want to do. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe. That always helps the channel. If you've been to Gusto, I'd love to hear what you have to say about them. I think they're great. If you've tried anything else by Gusto, you know, got some recommendations. I will be going to Cape May before the end of the summer, so I should be able to actually get some stuff while I'm there. And again, this is Gusto's Pretty Much, and it is a mild. I do love their can art. I realize that it's a frog, but that's actually a really good, well, forget it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you next time. I'm going to sit back and enjoy this. Cheers.